Get me my food now, you little busboy. But you got it all wrong. Do you work here? Well, technically yes, but as a comedian. I don't care. Give me my chicken wings now. Okay, you will regret that. Now, for every like this video gets, one Karen will be left hungry in a restaurant. So please, help us by smashing that like and notification buttons to save the world. On to the story. I'm the comedian, but you are the joke. I do stand-up comedy sometimes. I was performing at a bar/restaurant deal and was sitting in the back taking care of some emails waiting for my set time. I went to the bar to get a drink, had a chat with the bartender for a few minutes, then got the signal I had 5 minutes till show, so I went back. When I got to the back room, I realized I'd left my phone on the bar, so ran out again to collect it. Enter Karen, well, not her real name of course, at a table just left of dead center facing the stage. Right by the back entrance I'd been popping in and out of all night. In a big group of 6 or 7 people, but even my brief forays out, I could hear her shrill voice dominating their conversation. I guess here is as good a place as any to mention I was wearing a yellow sweatshirt and a cargo shorts. The servers there were all black. Karen: Sir, excuse me, sir. Me: what's up? Karen: Can you check on our food, please? All we ordered were some wings and it's been like half an hour already. Me: your server can help you with that, but I'm not a waiter. Karen: Oh, what? Oh, my dish boy, line cook, whatever. You work here, so just when you go back there and ask about my food. Me: Oh, no, you see, I'm, Karen: No, I get it. You aren't a waiter, but do you work here? Me: Well, kind of. Well, let me explain. Someone in her party: Oh, I don't think he's a waiter. Karen: Shut it, okay? I've got this. You work here. You can bring me my food. Just quick little, trot, carry, boom, done. Me: I can't do that. Karen: Ungodly shriek, grunt, or, shrunt. Why not? Others in her party: Karen, oh my gosh, quiet down, girl. They tried to wave me away. I was weighing in my mind whether walking away had the higher chance of getting me fired from the future gigs there or staying and getting into with her did. I was just going down the stay and get into it with her track when the MC gets up there and goes, Now, a special treat for our patrons tonight, local comedian. So I just stopped myself, lockside with Karen, walk backwards to the stage unflinching. I grab the microphone. Her table is cracking up realizing what's happened, and I say, Well, I'd hoped to do a show for you tonight, folks, but looks like that won't be possible. Apparently, I've been reassigned. I start riffing about people who think you work there when you don't and accuse you of lying and how absurd a concept that is. But then, it's too perfect. The waitress is coming out with wings and headed straight for her table. I know the waitress. I've performed here before. So I transition and I'm just like, You caught me, lady. Can't hide it anymore. And I grab the wings from the waitress and I'm like, Ooh, Donna, I see you trying to hone in on my section. Can you see this is my table? And all throughout the rest of the bit, I would go over and fill their water glasses, buzz their plates. Whenever I hit a dry spot, I was like, All right, hold on. Got to check in with my customers. Can I interest you with any desserts? How are we doing over here? Speak into the mic, please. Karen hated it, but the others at her table were dying laughing and would even sometimes flag me down for water or appetizers. The set ends and Karen goes to file a complaint. Her friends or coworkers, whoever, try to stop her from doing so, and some leave the venue because of her. A couple stay back to try and defend me, and I told them not to worry because the manager and I were cool. But they got to see for themselves. The manager is an old school Armenian guy and he has no tolerance for this BS. This particular venue was a biker bar before the era got gentrified, so he's used to dealing with way rowdier customers than Karen. So she's going off about the mistreatment at the hands of his employee and how I'm probably not licensed to be a good server, lol, and that she wanted something done. The manager plays dumb just to see her get worked up and goes, Who? This guy? Even though the entire floor saw me give her a hard time. Shrunting. Yes. Manager, he doesn't work for me. Karen, what the duck are you talking about? Manager, it's 11:30 p.m. He worked for me from 10 p.m. until 11 p.m. That's what I paid him for as a freelancer. That is over. Now he's just some guy. Karen, well, when he was working for you, he was rude and abstinent. Me, what? On stage? Of course I was abstinent. It's not that kind of show. Karen, shrunting. You know what I mean. See, he's making fun of how I talk. Manager, he's a comedian. That's what I paid for? Karen, I was a customer treated poorly in your establishment. He was acting as a server here when he served me, and I want a refund on my meal, or at the very least, turning dramatically to me, golem voice, an apology. Me, alright, I might have been a little rude towards the end there, but in my defense, she didn't tip. Manager, is this true? Did you not tip? Karen, why would I have tipped the comedian? Manager, I thought you said he was acting as a server. Karen was a little tipsy at this point, so somehow drunk logic convinced her smashing a glass would get her point across. All it did was get the manager to have her bounce. Her remaining friends apologized to the manager and said they barely knew her and they hoped this wouldn't mean they couldn't come in there anymore without her, and he was super nice about it. I told them I'd hoped that I hadn't put a damper on their night, and they said they can't wait to tell everyone else about Karen's outburst. So I don't have a career as a waiter in my future. Kudos to all you service workers who put up with these insufferable people day in and out. Well, I sure hope you refer to her from the stage as Karen. May I call you Karen? The second post by u/Manta Ray Bill. Holy crap, it actually happened to me. Guys, holy potato, I'm so excited to share this post because I've been lurking on this stuff forever and I never in a million years thought I'd get to write my own post, but here we are. I can't remember the exact words everyone said, but my friends who was there helped me write this, so it's reasonably accurate. So, I've been off work for a couple of weeks, I've been sick and injured, and I'm getting super bored, cooped up at home all the time, so I decided to go visit my friend, well let's call him Tim, at a hardware/gardening store that some Australians might know because it's the only darn hardware store in the country anymore. They have pretty distinctive uniforms consisting of blue jeans, steel-toed boots, and a company-issued red polo shirts. It's just heading into spring in Australia, so I'm pretty happy just wearing chinos and a shirt out. Now, the shirt I wore is technically red, but it's like a deep burgundy, nothing like the bright red shirts staff wear. So I head into the store and wander around for a bit trying to find Tim. I see him with a customer and he sees me and said, "Hi sir, I'll just finish with this customer and I'll come help you." Which is obviously a sneaky code for "give me a minute and then we can hang out." So I head down the back of the store and start fiddling with some of the socket sets, debating if I should buy one since I've lost my old set, and just generally killing time until my friend comes to find me. Then I hear a sharp ahem from behind me. I turn and see this woman, maybe in mid-50s, in a t-shirt, shorts and thongs, look suspiciously like every Australian favorite mining magnate Gina Reinhardt, and she's staring right at me. Thinking she wants something from the rack I'm standing in front of, I say, "Oh, sorry," and set out of the way. She just looks at me for a second and then says, "I need 3 bags of mulch and I want them taken to my car." Instinctively, I just say, I'm sorry?" And she heaves this enormous sigh and goes, "Are you deaf or something? I said I need 3 bags of mulch and I want them taken to my car." And this is where I realize, holy crap, she thinks I work here. And I swear I must have lit up like a ducking Christmas tree because I've always wanted something like this to happen, especially if they're being a rude tramp about it and I can have a chance to give them a taste of their own medicine. So I say, "Okay, well, first of all, miss, the gardening section is right down the other end of the warehouse, so I don't know what help you're expecting to get here." Her mouth flaps like an angry fish for a second, and she comes back with, I want you to do your ducking job and get me 3 bags of mulch. My mind is racing, trying to think of all the sick burns I've seen people use on this sub, until I hit on a good combination. Me, look, you can tell a lot about a person by the way they treat the staff when they go shopping. For example, it's clear from this interaction that you are a raging thunder tramp who thinks she can treat people like slaves. Furthermore, it's company policy not to tolerate potato heads who are rude to staff members, so I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Gina makes a sound like a horde of angry wasps in a blender and practically hisses at me. Who the duck do you think you are? You can't talk to customer like that. Take me to your manager right now. You are gone. Me, I'm a little busy, so why don't you go find a manager and bring them here? Gina stares daggers at me for a few seconds, and I honestly think she's gonna try and hit me or something, and then she swings around and storms out of the aisle. I go back trying to decide which socket set to get. Like a minute later, my friend finds me in the aisle and is like, hey man, what's up? And I explain what just happened word for word and says she's gone to get a manager, so you should probably bail so you don't get caught up in it. Tim just go, oh hell no, I need to see this, I'm staying right here. Pretty sure Dave, not his real name, is the manager today and he's a ducking legend. She's gonna get absolutely destroyed. A couple of minutes later, Gina swings around the corner with who I assume is Dave in tow. And as she's stalking down the aisle, she points at me and says, that one, that's the one who was rude to me. So Dave turns to my friend and is like, this customer says you mocked her and called her a rude name? Gina, no, not him. I don't give a crap about him. This one. And points at me. And Dave just stops and looks at me for like a solid 5 seconds. Visible confusion on his face and just says, he doesn't work here? Gina, be asked, he's wearing the uniform. And me, Dave and Tim just look at each other. Them in blue jeans and bright red shirts, me in tan chinos and dark burgundy top, and Gina glowers at us. Dave, I assure you, he doesn't work here. Gina, then why is he in the uniform? Me, there's a very simple test they can do for color blindness. Your optometrist should, Gina, duck you, I can see fine. Are you going to let him talk to me like that? Dave, I mean he's not staff. I can't really tell him what to do. Gina, that is ridiculous. You're just trying to cover for him so you don't have to do any paperwork. Dave, ma'am, really? I'm sorry that he was rude to you, but he is not staff. Meanwhile, Tim has backed off because he's getting a hernia trying not to laugh. Gina goes ballistic and lumbers over to him, shoving him and screeching. Gina, screw you! Don't laugh at me! I'll get you all fired. I'm going to call your head office and tell them about the disgraceful treatment I've received. Dave, go ahead, mate. Be sure to tell them how you physically jumped on one of my staff members, but please do it from the outside store. Tim, yeah, it's company policy not to tolerate with potato heads who mock the staff, so we're gonna have to ask you to leave. And Gina, if possible, go even redder, literally stamps on her foot and screams, turns around and stomps away in silence. Then Dave just goes, what the duck was that? Pretty sure Tim genuinely pissed himself laughing. I explained to Dave about my previous interactions with Gina and that I absolutely did provoke her, but she was being a total butthole, so she deserved it. Anyway, Dave is a little worried that she might actually call the head office, but then again, he was nothing but civil to her, and Tim didn't even really interact with her besides calling her a potato head, which Dave decided to let it slide because she was, in fact, a potato head. So really, her only complaint is that someone she thought was staff was rude to her. I apologize to Dave for any inconvenience this might cause him. He asked me not to wear a shirt that is even remotely red to the store anymore. In 1 in a million chance this happened again, I agreed. Tim used his staff discount card to get me a discount when I bought my socket set. Everyone went home happy. Well, except Gina. Screw that tramp. Well, I just love how enthusiastic and excited you got when you realized what was happening. On to the final story by Onyx. Angry Karen gets arrested. So me and my girlfriend were hanging out in the store that had a bit of everything. When she decides to look for some covers for her phone, I stayed in a corridor near there looking at the tech stuff when suddenly a lady comes to me. I was wearing jeans and red polo. I guess she mistaken me for an employee, even if they had a blue uniform. Lady, hey you, can you tell me where can I get the item? Me, I look around for a second before looking back at her. I don't know, She interrupts me before I could say the magic word, I don't work here, and says, lady, you people of color are all the same. Don't know how to treat customers? Disgusting. Me, the face I made as she leaves, like, my face went like, what? I'm about to go to my girlfriend and tell her the story about this crazy lady, but before I could reach her, this lady comes back, and I kid you not, she starts spraying those house deodorants in my face, blinding me. Lady, serves you right for being lazy and racial slur. Me, WTF, help, help. My girlfriend heard me yelling and came in before I could say anything. I could hear the lady realize that I didn't in fact work there, as my girlfriend calls the police, and I guess the staff didn't let her leave because when I could see again after washing my eyes, she was crying, getting arrested. Police asked if I'd like to press charges, and I said yes. Even if I was an employee there, that's no way to treat people. Treat others as you wish to be treated. The end. Well, given what she did and the fact that she had come back to do it, I can't help but think it wasn't her first time doing it to some strangers. That's it for today, fellow humans. Thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys next time.